Today's horoscope and tarot reading from Astrocademy, Virgo March 12, 2022. Passions and ambitions intensify today, with Mars and Venus meeting Pluto in your sector of joy. Fortunately, these alignments occur in harmony with your sign, inclining you to make the most of it. You can become very single-minded now, and if you channel this well, you can move mountains. You may experience a strong desire to gain more control over your life, and you're ready to go out on a limb to do so. The day holds great potential for insight and enjoyment. You're exceptionally close to your desires, wants, and needs, which can be disconcerting at first, but enlightening. Acknowledging more deeply buried desires or ambitions is empowering, and it can be a positive turning point. It's also an excellent time for attracting the right resources to you and expressing your ideas or asserting yourself in persuasive, charming ways. Create something from the heart for the best results now. Do they make your heart skip a beat? Single or already in love with your person, there's no denying the magic of today's hauntingly seductive astro weather. Mind you, this is especially true for you, as the moon will continue to illuminate your committed 7th house of significant others and one-on-one connections, which automatically adds a layer of compassion and serendipity to your relationships. And as if this weren't swoon-worthy enough, Venus will be joining forces with smoldering Pluto in Capricorn via your romantic 5th house of love, passion, and pleasure. Need I say more? Your BPM matches the butterflies in your stomach. Indulge without obsessing. How can you go about your paraprofessional obligations with grace? You may be daydreaming of wonderful people to work with, playing with all the alternative ways a commitment could work out and what it could produce. As you visualize the potential outcomes of your working relationships and agreements, try to maintain a positive yet realistic perspective. You do not want to accidentally feed into the shadow attributes of the moon like confusion and delusion. The moon returns for its ordinary monthly visit to your financial sector to find a new sense of anticipation in the air. As your financial instincts and imagination kick in, there will be a hint of change in the air, with this last visit before the sun's return picking up on the fact that there is already movement. Especially when it comes to feeling motivated. You're waving off annoying people like houseflies today, but be careful where you swing that swatter. The fly you squash might have been your next pal. Try to distinguish between what's merely buzzing and what actually bites. Things may feel a bit uneasy today, and you are right to listen to yourself at the cost of seeming indifferent to others. There is no better way to protect yourself than to stay true to what you know is right for you. Giving in to the pressure of the outside world can often lead you to unhappiness. Try to enjoy the security of your own privacy, but be careful not to shut yourself in completely. Getting in some soothing yoga is highly recommended. Be sure that you create the type of environment you enjoy the most. The essence of this day can give your sense of color and design a real boost, so why not take advantage of this? Whether it's your workspace or home environment, applying the day's creative energy toward enhancing the spaces you spend so much time in can really help. It can give you a feeling of the new and refreshed, and this will bring more energy to you every day. Give it a try. The moon may have left your career sector yesterday and Mercury your work sector the day before, but professionally things are still coming together. However, there is a slight sea change today, as an alignment between Venus and Mars that began 3 weeks before they even returned to your work sector last weekend begins to separate. It happens because Venus is starting to speed up and is finally inching ahead of the normally much slower Mars. Venus can first focus on what you want, knowing Mars will back this up with the drive to make things happen. The moon not only finds itself in the right place at the right time today, but even more so by tomorrow. The moon is making its monthly visit to your friendship sector, but also its only visit while the sun is in your relationship sector. 2 days after Mercury returned to give your relationships a voice, a friendly aspect to the moon is creating increasingly positive conditions for friendship and relationship building. Your tarot reading for today. A family event could happen in March, according to the first two cards here. It is an event which was expected but whose outcome was uncertain. Some people will be satisfied, others not. For your part, it will enable you to advance in your life plan. In some ways this is an event that allows you to enter a new phase, as if you were going up a level, and your life was now taking another meaning, with an important family reorganization. It will require courage to welcome this event. But you will not be alone, and lots of people will be at your side to support you and help you get through it. Thanks to them you will easily overcome this landmark and come out the other side a better person, and stronger for the future. The strength of community is impressive, and in key stages of our lives we need to take refuge in it, to return to basics, to simple, pure, friendly relationships. When an event totally overturns your life, you have to be able to take it on board and to continue living without being affected too much. To do this you need to do some extensive psychological, mental work. You should focus on the strengths of your life and cultivate them so you can continue to grow on these bases. Even if an event can change things, you will be stronger than it and will be able to cope with brio. Our eyes in the sky. People want to take control and dominate situations and relationships, so this is not the time for casual encounters. If you were thinking about taking the power struggle to the bedroom, this is a wonderful time to try out new positions and kinks with your partner. However, if we're talking about the way this energy can affect the boardroom, expect to have a lot of drama manifest as a result. If you're in a situation where you are the submissive person or playing that role, it's important for you to understand that you can change the dynamic. Taking control of your life is essential now, even for those who aren't necessarily confrontational. It can change your future for the better by allowing you to see how confident you are. Everyone could be in the mood to argue, so please choose kindness today. You have the option to live in your own reality and choose words of sweetness to get through the day instead of being rude or mean to the people you care about. You have a lot of popularity today, so don't be shy about taking advantage of it, especially if the vivacious, outgoing vibe is unusual for you. Standing up for yourself will also come naturally today. If you've failed to set boundaries with certain people, today is a great day to do that as well. However, be prepared for a little pushback because you won't be the only one who's in the mood to advocate for themselves. Don't let that deter you, because you have every reason to make the changes you're asking for and they likely don't.